listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mariam Mkwanda. It's 4 minutes past 12. It's time for our segment with Islamic Careline, and joining me on the line is Kaashiefa Cason, the National Program Manager of the Muslim AIDS Program, here to talk about their emergency COVID-19 vaccination rollout. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Kaashiefa, and shukran for joining me.
Walaikum salam, Mariam. Shukran for having me.
Right. So, what has MAP been up to since we last spoke?
Shukran, alhamdulillah, is growing from strength to strength. We have recently taken part, or we are taking part in the government's emergency vaccination program. So we are mobilizing for vaccination rollout.
And how has it been received by the public, the emergency COVID-19 vaccine rollout project?
So initially there was a hype when the vaccinations were first released. So statistics showed us that there were many people getting vaccinated within the age group that was released by the government. However, that has minimized over the couple of months, even though age gaps have been opened now. We're guessing that it is with regards to the lack of information that's been shared, or the false information about COVID vaccinations that have been shared, where people now are more hesitant to get vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. And then since then, how many people were you able to vaccinate, or just roughly?
So if you're looking across the spectrum, it's broken up into age categories. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not going to give you. Okay, I'm going to break it up for you. So if you look at the total doses of vaccinations that have been provided, okay, you're looking at close to about roughly about 5 million doses.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you look at that, you have less than half of those 5 million doses which have been administered. Half of that population have received the second dose, and not even a quarter of that have gone for their booster shot. So you do see the decline in the number of people getting the full vaccination for the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the decline would be because of the symptoms that people have experienced with their first dose?
So yes, that's partially part of the challenges that we do face, but also we need to look at the barriers that have impacted the reduction in these vaccinations. So, for example, you have again misinformation that has been shared, which creates a hesitancy in getting vaccinated. Also, you look at community access to vaccination stations and the vaccination stations provided by the government. A lot of people have challenges accessing these vaccination stations, be it either monetary issues or challenges that they face, financial challenges, be it the lack of information, which creates the hesitancy, be it just the fact that these vaccination stations are not accessible without the correct documentation, identifying documentation. So these are just a few of the challenges that we are identifying in terms of people getting vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, these challenges would make it difficult for a lot more people to get vaccinated. Now, speaking about COVID-19 vaccines and HIV, are the vaccines safe for people with HIV?
Yes, they are. Okay. So COVID-19, although it is a virus, just as HIV is a virus, they're not the same viruses. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, a vaccine is there to strengthen your immunity. And how that is done is, okay, so I'm just going to explain to you a little bit about the genetic makeup of a vaccine. All right.
Okay.
At the moment, we're looking at two vaccines which are being administered in in our country, which is the Pfizer vaccine as well as the Johnson and Johnson. Okay, these vaccines are genetically made up of the vaccine, of
Mm-hmm.
the virus. Sorry. So it's either a copy of the virus or it is a dead virus on its own. Okay. So basically, what it's doing is it is um, providing information to your immune system to identify this virus so that your immune system is able to fight the virus when it is identified in the body. Okay, the same with HIV. Your antiretroviral drugs are, again, they are not a vaccination, nor are they a cure. Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
are there to boost your immunity, to protect you from the virus growing or spreading or replicating itself in your body, thus creating your viral suppression. Okay, so it suppresses the virus in the body. So when you have a weak immune system caused by your HIV, which automatically happens, even though you have viral suppression, you are immune compromised. So what happens then is if you contract COVID, your body has to fight two viruses at once. And a lot of people end up losing their lives because the immune systems are not strong enough to do that. So if
Mm-hmm.
you are on your ARTs and you then take your COVID vaccination, remember you've now got double barriers up. So no matter which virus is more prominent in your system, your immune system is then able to fight it because it's so much stronger. Understand?
Mm-hmm. So does this vaccine, the COVID vaccine, does it kind of help HIV patients in a way?
Um, Only in terms of assisting in the boosting of the immune system.
Yes.
HIV antiretroviral treatment is not a vaccination for
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19. It is an assistant booster if you look at it that way. But again, the vaccine for COVID is different to your antiretroviral treatment, and thus a person with HIV, again, it is an underlying um, illness which causes more detrimental repercussions to somebody who contracts COVID compared to somebody with a healthier immune system contracting the virus. Either way, vaccination is important for COVID-19, um, just to give you that extra boost.
Okay. So how do you motivate someone to get vaccinated, especially an HIV patient?
So again, like I said, with an HIV patient, they need to understand what HIV is firstly, okay, and what HIV does to you. What that comes the weakening of the immune system, okay. Um, with HIV being an underlying illness, uh, when you get another, or if you're saying another virus like COVID, the chances of survival is minimal. Okay, your body is going to struggle to fight it, and even if it does fight it, the repercussions thereafter are long term. Those are also life-threatening consequences to the virus. Remember, COVID is a respiratory infectious virus. Okay, so it's going to affect your immune system, your respiratory function, all those things. So even if you have been cured or you've overcome your COVID virus, as an HIV patient, you are going to suffer even more because besides the fact that your immune system is now low, you are going to have your viral load playing havoc with your immunity. So you're going to be more prone to even just a little viruses like a flu or a cold or something like that. So my
Mm-hmm.
motivation to them would be protect yourself, boost your immunity, get vaccinated. Not only are you saving your life being vaccinated, you're saving someone else's life. Again, COVID cannot be compared to HIV. The spread of COVID is far different to the spread of HIV.
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 is airborne. Okay, contacting this virus is unpredictable. is unprecedented. So you need to take all precautions, especially as an HIV patient, to protect yourself from getting COVID. And one of those protection mechanisms is getting vaccinated, fully
Mm-hmm.
vaccinated.
All right, Kaashiefa, can you please share details of where this emergency vaccination rollout is taking place?
Okay, so we have a number of vaccination stations all across the country. We are partnered up with our funding partners as well as the Department of Health and National Department of Health. So you can go onto their website as well, and there is a PDF document which is downloadable, which will provide you with details to access the vaccination stations within the country.
Mm-hmm.
You can also contact our office at 011-373-8080. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Muslim AIDS Program. And yeah, our website www.nat-sa.org. And you will be able to find out a bit more about where we're operating, what campaigns we have coming up in terms of vaccination rollout, and just general information about COVID vaccination.
Mm. All right, so shukran so much for your time, Kaashiefa, and for the information. And have a wonderful day. Assalamu alaikum.
Afwan. Wa alaikum salam.
Kaashiefa Cason, the National Program Manager of the Muslim AIDS Program, talking about their emergency COVID-19 vaccination to ensure that we have a majority vaccinated people, that almost every one of us are vaccinated in the country. Yeah, guys. It is 12:16. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media. We will be right back.